a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Welcome back to more slow damage. Let's load. As I sat behind the reception counter working my morning shift at the clinic, a cheerful voice rang out across the waiting room. Wrong button.
こんにちは。花の配達です。
A man approached the counter carrying a large bouquet.
こちら、前回と同じく匿名希望の方からです。
I rose to my feet and accepted the bouquet over the counter. Briefly, I caught a whiff of peculiar scent, but it was gone again. Was it the flowers? The man's smoke was a bright, vibrant reddish purple. I felt like I recognized it from somewhere. Oh, that's right, the flower shop. The clerk at the flower shop had the exact same smoke. I looked up at his face to confirm.
こちらが明細書になります。
He offered me the paper with an amiable smile. Yep, that's him, all right.
どうも。
Right as I took the payment slip, Ray popped out of the hallway.
あら、また花の配達？
He rushed over excitedly and took the bouquet from me.
今度はゼラニウムかしら。真っ赤で情熱的ね。これ、
はい。
The man nodded, still smiling.
とっても素敵なお花を送ってもらって嬉しいんだけど、やっぱりお礼も言えないのは申し訳ない気持ちになるわ。
It's totally the flower guy. Ray smiled sadly, and then the other man noticed the vase of flowers on the counter. The gerberas from last time.
こうして飾られていることが何よりのお礼になると思いますよ。送られた方もきっと見ていると思いますし。
そうね。だといいけど。
どんなやつだ？
Sudden question caught him off guard, and he looked at me.
名前は明かせなくても、容姿や性格を教えるくらいならいいだろう。
He furrowed his brow and looked up at the ceiling as if trying to remember.
そうですね。差し支えない範囲でお伝えすることしかできませんが、50代から60代の優しそうな男性です。
やだ、ナイスミドルじゃない。
When he said he would keep it vague, he really wasn't kidding. We had dozens of male patients in their 50s and 60s.
他には？
すみません。これ以上は。
He frowned at me guiltily.
どうは彼を困らせても仕方がないでしょ。お仕事中に足止めしちゃってごめんなさいね。花屋のロゼの。
Ray scrutinized the payment slip, then looked up at the other man.
お兄さん、お名前は？
生稲です。生きるに稲穂の稲で。
生稲さんね。覚えておくわ。
よろしくお願いします。
Kunai bowed politely, then headed for the front entrance.
生稲さんか。今時珍しく純朴そうで好感触よね。
ああいうのがタイプなのか、お前。
Ray tilted his head in contemplation.
タイプかと聞かれるとちょっと違うかな。ってそれより仕事。ほら、とわも早く。
Ray hastily straightened his posture and hurried off down the hall, carrying the bouquet and the payment slip. As for me, I sat down behind the reception counter and got back to work. Then lunchtime rolled around. Taku, Ray, and I all paid a visit to Yanagawa Cafe to get food. We all ordered the same honey toast special, but even after the two of them had cleaned their plates, I was still only halfway done. I'd eaten a lot more than I usually did, but now my stomach was packed full and would only allow a few sips of coffee.
そういえばまた来たのよ花が。
Ray donned an exaggerated frown as he swirled his after-dinner coffee around in his mug.
前にも来てた匿名の患者さんからってやつか？
そうでね、配達に来た店員さん、前回も同じ人だったらしいんだけど、生稲さんって言ってね、素直そうな可愛い人なの。
I don't trust him.
やめとけやめとけ。下手に手を出して変な噂を立てられたら困るぞ。
He knows you well.
失礼ね、手なんか出さないわよ。人を分別のないけだものみたいに言うのやめてちょうだい。
Are you?
ってそうじゃなくて、花よ花。今回は赤いゼラニウムって花だったんだけど、その花言葉なんだと思う？
With a suggestive smirk, he looked at Taku and me, and then back at me.
花言葉なんて知らんぞ。なんだ、そんなに面白い言葉だったのか？
とは
さあ、
I shrugged and he scowled at me, then after a moment he shook it off.
赤いゼラニウムの花言葉はね、あなたがいる幸せですって。
お？
前回のガーベラが崇高美で、今回はあなたがいる幸せよ。なんだか片思いのメッセージみたいでロマンチックじゃない？
He clasped his hands together and swooned. Meanwhile, Taku rolled his eyes and sipped his coffee. Apparently, he couldn't relate.
そうかもしれんな。
やだ、全然盛り上がんないし。つまんない。
って言われてもな。
もしよ、送った人が意図的にガーベラとゼラニウムを選んだんだとしたら。
With a mischievous grin, Ray snuck a conspiratorial glance at me and Taku.
誰のことを思ってるのかしら。やっぱりタク。
妄想もほどほどにな。
ちょっと何よその目。人を憐れむような目で見るのやめてくれる？
Our utter lack of enthusiasm made Ray pout his lips in defeat.
送ってきたのは50代から60代くらいの男らしいけど。
50代から60代の男？
花屋の店員に聞いた。
って言っても、その特徴に当てはまる患者さんなんてたくさんいるぞ。
花を送ってきそうで、シャイで穏やかそうな感じの人よ、きっと。そういう患者さんに心当たりある？
Murmuring, Taku folded his arms and tilted his head in contemplation.
なんとも言えんな。医者の前ではみんなおとなしいもんだしな。
それもそうね。じゃあタクが聞ける範囲で患者さんに聞いてみるのはど
う？あなたが花の送り主ですかって？
そうよ。
できなくはないが、わざわざ匿名で送ってきてるのに、はいそうですって返事すると思うか？
まあそれもそうよね。
Ray bit his nails in frustration.
とはいえ、2度あることは3度あるって言うからな。また花が届くかもしれんぞ。
その行為自体はとっても嬉しいんだけどね。もらいっぱなしでお礼の一つも言えないなんて、なんだか申し訳なくて。
まあな。
ねえ、やっぱり思ったんだけど。
Ray looked at us pensively.
花を送ってきた人って、もしかしたら本当にタクに思いを寄せてる患者さんなんじゃないかしら。
なんだって？
それなら匿名にしたいっていう気持ちも理解できるじゃない？しかも 男の人でしょ？だったらなおさら。
やめろやめろ。
Taku waved a dismissive hand.
もしそうだったら禁断のラブロマンスよ。自分より年下の医者に密かに恋焦がれる老紳士。
お前な、人を勝手に妄想に巻き込むなよ。そういうのは頭の中だけでやってくれ。
ひどい。ちょっといいなって思っただけなのに。ねえとは。ねえ、どう思う？
どうでもいい。
ひどい！
Ray was getting unreasonably worked up. I just ignored him and drank my lukewarm coffee. I was scheduled to work the morning shift from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., then return to the evening shift from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. After that, Aramura took over for me, so I went straight back to my apartment. The period of 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. was known as the night shift. This was the longest of the shifts, but in exchange, there were far fewer patients to interact with. As I smoked a cigarette, I contemplated going to Roost, but figured I might wander around town a bit beforehand. Maybe I could find out more about the goddess of whimsy or whatever. Okay. Let's go to the residential area first. As I stood around gazing down the street, a flustered man shot past my line of sight.
Yo!
Hey, Toa, did you see a guy rushing through here? Yeah, he went that way. Cool, thanks. We were trying to collect his payment when he gave us a slip. Hold it, fuckface, it's all over for you.
なるほど。おう。
Oh, hey, you're still here. Yep. Koda had returned, dragging something behind him. Then he flung it at me. It was the guy I saw earlier. His face was now beaten beyond recognition. Damn it. It was practically nothing. Toa, could you help me out? I need to blow off some steam. Not in the mood right now. Fine then. I'm tired of hauling his ass, so I guess I'll call Mayu. Ugh, asshole's not picking up. Toa, if you see Mayu around anywhere, could you tell him I'm looking for him? Yeah, sure. No problem. Head to the shopping district. Hey, Toa! I turned to find a tall, blonde man waving at me in the distance. It's me, Toa.
Yo.
You.
聞いてよ。
Get a load of this. We were trying to get a payment, but Koda, he ran off chasing the debtor. Oh, that was the person. Oh, that person has a new Yukimi-chan rubber stamp. Lucky. How can you see that from here? I have got very sharp eyes, like a hawk.
Toa!
That reminds me, Toa, want some candy?
Positive.
It's your candy, keep it. You feel bad for me? You're so nice, Toa. Fucking Final Fantasy looking ass. They do, they look like older Final Fantasy. I keep hearing like, conflicting reviews of the new one. Oh, Mayu, there you are. Come on, we're going back to work.
Aye yo.
Hi, Kata. Raid, roger that. Hugh, I'm gonna mess this up. Please forgive me. Hugh, Jean. See you later. That means see you later, Toa. Hopefully I said that right. I probably didn't, so I'm probably gonna have somebody mad at me. Thank you guys for watching this. I know it's not... this is like Sweet Pool. I know this isn't something I normally do for you guys, but I do like doing these occasionally. Oh, Toa. Oh, it's you. Hey, Taku, you look happy. Well, you know the old lady at Tajimi's, right? I found her crouched on the sidewalk in pain, so I carried her back to her shop, and then she gave me some stuff as thanks. Oh my god, yes.
No.
I love that old lady. She's awesome. You can have some too. How about this? He pulled out something out of his bag. At first, it looked like a pack of cigarettes, but upon further inspection, I realized they were candy cigarettes. I love candy cigarettes. They're so yummy. They're so hard to find sometimes.
ポジティブに。どうも。
Thanks.
おお。
Say, want something else? You can have more than just that, you know. No thanks. Don't hold back now. I love the art. There's some savory snacks in here too. How about this?
それは。
これはな。
These are my favorite. They're great. It goes well with booze too. But it might be a bit too greasy for your taste. I'll give it a try. Cool.
よし。
Alright, I'm gonna get going. Sounds good. Whoops. This is the bridge at the southernmost tip of Hagota Street, Shinakumi's main arterial road. It's the only bridge over the sea between District D and E, no water taxis or underground tunnels. For that reason, you have to take this bridge to get out of District E. For the most part, only the locals use this bridge, no tourists. In the early hours, you mostly see students and office workers making their morning commute. But once the sun sets, you start seeing more prostitutes and partygoers. For the residents of District E, this bridge is a vital gateway.
トマじゃない。
Where are you going? Where are you headed right now?
そうだ。
Just wandering, you? I found a wallet in the park, so I'm going to take it to the police station.
あ、ねえ。
Toa, I left those madeleines I got on the table. Did you eat them? Yeah, let's go for positive.
ポジティブに。ああ。
Yee.
へえ。
Wow, sometimes you actually do eat stuff on your own volition, don't you? On occasions. In that case, I'm gonna buy lots of different stuff for you. There's so many sweets I want you to try. I said on occasion, I don't eat that much.
嬉しいわ。
It's fine, you can just eat whenever you feel like it. God, I feel like I got a stray cat to finally eat some kibble.
行くわね。
Anyway, I gotta deliver that lost wallet. See you. He's so nice. Mayu's annoyance. So we're starting to get some paint. Cool. This is Hagota Street in District D. This road passes through every Shinokumi district from A to E. If you travel west down Hagota, you'll reach District C. Travel north and you'll reach District B. District D is considered the entertainment district. The greater Abaro neighborhood is located here. It's the biggest district in terms of land. Hagota Street features a wide variety of businesses, from restaurants to recreational facilities to host and nightclubs, and more. With the constant traffic, it's the noisiest part of the town all year. As I was walking down the street, I saw Eiji standing outside the convenience store. He was frowning and gazing at the street like he had something on his mind. Oh, hello, Tola-san. Oh.
Negative. Yo,
Penny for your thoughts? It's nothing important.
それじゃ
It'll bring it down, but I'm curious if we get anything from it.
positive. Na,
Something happened?
はい
I was just walking down the street when I saw an old man get his bag snatched. The culprit shoved him to the ground and ran off. I gave chase, of course, but they got away. Still, I got a good look at the culprit's face, so I figured I could always look them up later, so I went back to find the victim for the crime. When I got back, the old man was sitting in the same spot, and everyone passing by just pretended like he wasn't there. I helped him to his feet, of course, but it really made me think. Nobody in this town has room from the plate to help others. So much crime happens here on a daily basis, and that we've all stopped caring about minor incidents. Unless it happens to us, of course. We've learned to turn a blind eye to people who need help. At this point, we're all screwed.
そうか。
それじゃ
I should probably get going. See you again, Toa-san. See ya.
どうしました
What's the matter? Okay, so we can't talk. So we've seen everybody, so let's head to Roost. Exploration over. Like usual, I headed to Roost. As a smooth jazz played overhead, I sat down at the bar. The place was kinda dead, and the manager looked bored. Ray was nowhere to be seen, so he probably wasn't working today.
いらっしゃい。
ウイスキー、ロックで。
The manager promptly started making my drink. A few moments later, he placed a glass full of amber liquid in front of me. I grabbed it, took a sip, enjoying the burn of liquor against my throat. Then I pulled out a cigarette. Oh, wrong button. Right as I lit it, however, I realized the manager was staring at me. I tilted my head, inquiring. Then he turned and called to a man sitting at the end of the counter.
お待ちかねのユーフォリアが来たよ。
At this, the man whipped his head up.
トワ君。彼がフレーズだよ。
Phrase, the artist of the wound photo posted on the blog. I looked over and my eyes widened. It was Ikunai. Ikunai was the flower delivery man. With his glass in one hand and a large paper bag in the other, he rose from the stool and moved over next to me. For a fleeting moment, a familiar scent tickled my nose. What is that?
こんばんは。
まさか、あんただったとはな。
At this, the manager looked at each of us in turn.
もしかして知り合い？あ、はい、ちょっと。
I do like the art. Look at that. Oh, look, he's drinking absinthe too.
驚いたな。そんな偶然があるんだね。本当に。
Kunai nodded bashfully, then looked up at me.
俺も驚きました。まさか。
とわでいい。
トワさん。
Smiling, he repeated my name carefully.
憧れのユーフォリアがトワさんだったなんて。
憧れ？
はい。トワさんの絵、すごく好きなんです。
There was a feverish glim to Ikunai's gaze.
初めて見た時にあまりの感動で動けなくなってしまって一目惚れでした。そのくらい魅力的だったんです。 言葉なんかじゃ言い表せないような、心臓に突き刺さるような衝撃を受けました。
大げさだな。
そんなことないです。でもその絵を描いていた人と実はすでに出会っていたなんて、運命ってすごいですね。
Word destiny instantly made me suspicious. I took a sip of my whiskey.
俺もブログであんたの作品を見た。あの画像は本物の傷じゃないんだろ。
At this, Ikunai looked away, still smiling.
そうです。あれは花を使ってるんです。
花？
はい。花を潰して形を整えて画像処理ソフトで少し加工してます。
Flowers. Since Ikunai worked at the flower shop, he probably had easy access to whatever flowers the store failed to sell. Still, who would have thought to use flowers to create the appearance of a cut?
花を傷に見せようと思った理由は？
それは
Hesitantly, he fell silent and looked away. Pinching my cigarette between my fingers, I flicked the ash into the ashtray, then took another drag. I was planning to wait until Ikunai started talking, but the silence lingered and I glanced over to find him gazing passionately at my hand.
気になるか？
I waved my hand as if that was seemingly the focus of his attention, and he snapped to his senses.
すみません。俺つい。
いや、傷か？
I held the back of my hand where Ray's scars snaked like worms. Ikunai was immediately drawn in once more.
トワさん、この傷跡は。
手だけじゃない。体中にある。
I rolled up my coat sleeve, revealing my arm. His eyes swiftly glued to the countless dark, taut scars. His reddish-purple smoke brightened.
どうしてこんなに。
好きだからな。
切り刻まれることが。
I nodded. He frowned at me in disbelief, but not in disgust.
トワさん、
He looked up at me with determination in his eyes.
お願いがあるんです。トワさん、ユーフォリアは絵のモデルを募集してるんですよね。
ああ。
俺をモデルにしてもらえませんか？
As he spoke, he fixed me with a beseeching look.
ダメだ。
I refused him point blank.
絵は俺が描きたいと思ったら描く。今のあんたに対してはそう思わない。
そうなんですね。残念です。
He was clearly disappointed, but didn't seem ready to give up.
でも今の俺に対してってことはいつかは描いてくれる可能性があるかもしれないってことですよね。
ま、そうとも言うな。
Though I couldn't guarantee when that day would roll around.
俺諦めたくないから、よかったら連絡先を交換してもらえませんか？
Apparently, this guy was more persistent than he looked. His eyes remained firm.
ああ。
I nodded without hesitation. He blinked at me in surprise. I had no real reason to agree to his request. I just didn't mind giving out my contact info to whoever wanted it. We pulled out our cell phones and exchanged numbers.
ありがとうございます。そうだ、もしよかったら。
Ikunai lifted the paper bag at his feet. Then he reached inside and pulled out a single blue flower.
これ青いけどバラなんです。綺麗でしょ。売り物にならない花を店からもらってきたので少し痛みがあるんですけど。
I took the rose. He smiled.
今日はお会いできて本当に嬉しかったです。ありがとうございました。
それ、アブさんか？
I interrupted the flow of the conversation to indicate its glass. He hesitantly looked down at his drink.
あ、はい、そうです。よくわかりましたね。
前に店長に飲まされたからな。好きなのか？
はい。トワさんはどうですか？アブさん。
嫌いじゃない。
そうなんですね。それじゃあまた今度、ゆっくり飲みましょう。
He downed the rest of his drink and rose from his stool. Then, with a polite bow, he headed to the register to pay his tab. I sipped on my drink, listening to the tap of his shoes as he left the bar. As the alcohol slid down my throat, the manager shot me a look.
どうだった彼。
Oop, I didn't mean to hit that.
まあま
I should probably explain because I know some people get annoyed by that. That's not on purpose. I can't always control the muscle in my hand. So when it's on the mouse, which is why I normally use a controller, it does that sometimes. It sometimes clicks. I'm sorry, guys. I try not to do that.
モデルとしては？
あ、なしだな。
そうなんだ。残念。でも、あの画像の作者だからね。もしかしたら化けるかもよ。
かもな。
With that brusque retort, I crushed my cigarette in the ashtray. Then, on a whim, I glanced at the blue rose on the counter. Under the bar lights, the veins of the petals stood out sharply. After I left Roost, I staggered home in the direction of Murasay Clinic. At one point, I paused and looked over my shoulder. I thought I felt someone's eyes on me. But no matter how many times I checked, all I saw were dark buildings with no signs of human life. I heard a car approaching, then heard it pass by. Guess it was all in my head. With that thought, I kept going. Slow damage. So I think with that, once we can save, which is right now, I'm going to call it. It's a shorter episode, but not bad. I'm glad, again, you guys are interested in this series. If there's any other games you want to see me play, let me know. And don't forget to check out my second channel, Sinfully Pure, where I play more normal games. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.